What's up? Welcome everybody. Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV down here at Jayco today at their basically 26 display for dealers in Texas. And today we are going to be taking a fast flyby look at a bunch of their fifth wheels and probably a couple toy haulers if I bump into them here today. And this will not be one of my normal super in-depth full walkthrough videos. This will just be really fast, quick look footage to give you an idea of some of the changes that are coming out while I work on getting those more in-depth videos. But in the meantime, I need you to tell me which one of these things you would like to see more of, and I will do my best to make that happen, if not immediately, hopefully as quickly after. I'll chapter mark the video so you can jump around to whatever you'd like. And pardon the t-shirt look today, a little, not my normal collared shirt look. Literally just got off a plane, came straight to the display. I'll get unpacked later. So if you appreciate how we get down here and get you to look at things, hit that subscribe button. And in the meantime, cue the voiceover. All right, so we are going to kick things off, kind of go from small to large within their family. This is the Eagle SLE. This is the starter point for the entire family of Jayco fifth wheel RVs. This also happens to be one of my personal favorite couples camping fifth wheel type floor plans right here. In less than 30 feet, I think it's like 29 and change or something like that. We get a private queen bedroom. We have direct facing entertainment, albeit mounted a little high so we can get a campsite window. Amazing kitchen counter space and storage. And there's logic to say, well, if the kitchen is all the way behind the axles like that, doesn't it bounce more in transit? Yes, a little, but this is also not a 40-foot fifth wheel, so it doesn't bounce near as much. The bathroom, the bedroom arrangements, they're all pretty straightforward. It's just the downstairs area I think is really intelligent how it's compacted. But Eagle's version includes both the closet in the wall there, as well as that closet wardrobe slide and that second slide in the bedroom. That's the thing most of the builders don't offer. Going from there up to the Eagle HT series. This is one I don't think I've ever had a chance to put on full video right here. The QCD is a pretty cool family camper. I'm kind of liking how builders aren't trying to force a fairly crappy griddle or something down your throat. When you move from SLE to HT though, you start to pick up the better suspension, the better tires, the auto leveling, the things you kind of expect on a fifth wheel. Now, they make a more basic version of this called, I think, a 29 DDB, but it doesn't have the rear bunk L arrangement this one does. What you get here, though, is a ton of counter space. You get a larger oven when you go up into the Eagle fifth wheels. There's the, you see, they're flirting between going solid surface and thermal foil, which, I don't know, which direction do you think they should go there? But this private L bunk in the back. You've got the flip up move bunk, get out the way up top. You've got a jackknife sleeper sofa down below. When the two bunks up top are both folded down, it creates an 8-foot bunk along the back of this. And that's one of the things I like about it, because I swear RV builders think that every kid is only 70 inches long. And the fact is, teenagers, man, I know when I was a teenager, I was 6 foot, a normal bunk wouldn't have fit me. So having something bigger like this, I do appreciate. And you may notice how all Jayco fifth wheels are 50 amp service, even those more basic SLEs. When you move up into Eagle HT, you pick up an Olympic Queen. So your bed starts at a true queen on an SLE, then it goes to an Olympic Queen on an HT, and then here on a full Big Bird Eagle, you have queen or king bed choices. Now, it's not a drop frame, but man, that's a big area. And look at that triple canister thing on the right side there. That is a like triple stage water filtration system. And it's kind of interesting because there was a point for a long time where North Point felt like a super Eagle. And now Eagle feels like it's taking notes from North Point. But either way, folks, you're winning. This has a nice big open feel. We have a little miniature desk area in the back. This thing has redonkulous countertop space, power televator for direct viewing or window coverage as you please, whichever you prefer. I like that they've gotten away from the open face storage all over in the bathroom, like linen cabinet area like they used to have there. They've also totally redesigned the front end of this. Basically, they are now using North Point's closet style, where you gain all this extra dresser space and a laundry hamper in the middle that normally would just be dead air wasted space in most fifth wheel closets. And that allowed them to go with a true stackable washer dry arrangement now, instead of like a side-by-side washer. By the way, all Eagles also have, hold on. Eagle HT and Big Bird Eagle. They both have whisper ducted air systems, so much, much quieter. Now, this is where I was saying it's kind of like a baby North Point. This is like a baby version of a North Point 365, which you're going to see later in this video as yet another new floor plan. If you've looked at something like a Pinnacle 38 FBRK, first of all, chef's kiss. Beautiful, beautiful rig, but it's big, it's heavy, it's expensive. They have found a way to get it down smaller, lighter, less expensive, while still giving it a lot of that high-class feel, like even triple AC capacity in an Eagle. I was even seeing triple air conditioner capacity in some Jayco J-Flight stick and tin models. They're just understanding that in some of these climates, they just need more air power. It's just that simple. For, you know, when you live in Texas or something, it's very different than living in Michigan and Indiana. Again, queen or king bed option. You do have that quieter whisper ducted air up here in the bedroom as well. And if you don't go with the washer dryer, you just pick up extra closet space. But here's its big brother. This thing right here. Now, what you're getting when you go from Eagle to North Point, because I say it's the same floor plan, it's not the same RV. You're going wide, but everything is a step above. You're going wide body, you're going bigger tires, you're going heavier tires. You're going 6-point hydraulic auto leveling, hydraulic slides on the lower deck instead of 12-volt electric. Your dishwasher prepped now, bigger oven, bigger refrigerator with ice maker. I mean, it's almost easier to describe what doesn't get upgraded when you go from Eagle to North Point, because at a glance you're like, yeah, they're both Jaycos, they're both the same floor plan. They are not the same RV. The best way I can describe it is like an Eagle is someone who is a manager at a company, and like a North Point and Pinnacle, they're the guys that own the company that the manager works at. I think that's the best way that I can say it. The thing with the North Point, you actually start with a king and you can size down to a queen, which I think Montana was the first one to do that. But this headroom up in here, obviously, no pun intended, I was a happy camper. North Point has a variety of paint packages. This is called Pearl. Good Lord, it looks amazing. This floor plan reminds me most of a Paradigm 375 from Alliance, but instead of splitting the slide over on the camp side, North Point went, forget that, and they went full on mega slide. You have triple XL panoramic window coverage all on the camp side of this, plus slide side breeze windows. Jayco also has a sort of like a patent on their wraparound L-shaped lounge. The triple section that you're looking at in front of or behind the ottoman, that's a hide-a-bed. The double section facing the TV, that is actually a dual recliner. Most manufacturers I'm seeing currently in the marketplace with this style of sofa today do not actually have the hide-a-bed section, so it can provide that awesome extra guest space and comfort. I love that desk over there. It could act as a campsite dining bar. Those chairs are also foldable, so you can fold them away and stow them away under the bed or in the closet or something. And it can, that open space under that desk, I think could create like a perfect pet palace. You could have a pet bed, you could have your dishes down there, pet pad for sleeping. I think it could work great. Pinnacle has also very different paint packages from North Point. The irony is that this one looked very, very similar, but I'm showing you a couple different looks here. Now, this floor plan right here is pretty much one of the most popular things that Jayco makes in the entirety of their company, not to mention the fact it's their biggest, heaviest, like, fifth wheel, essentially. Well, the 38 FBRK is. This right here is the their new front bath model. They have extended the middle section of this a little bit. They gave it the same extended living and kitchen as the 38, I think, KPTS or something like that. But when you go from North Point to Pinnacle, the differences aren't as obvious, but they're there. Like, look at the sheen on the cabinetry. It is no longer lumber core cabinetry. It is now all high gloss. And back that footage up. Did you notice how that TV was coming up without anybody standing there? They actually put a power televator button next to the sofa where it actually makes sense. And I don't understand why it's taken the industry this long to do it. Now, the stuff that North Point's prepped for, Pinnacle tends to just do, like dishwashers, stuff like that. That's the stuff that doesn't come by default in North Point, and that's just how Pinnacles are. So the idea here is Eagle is awesome. North Point is next level. And then Pinnacle goes beyond That's going to kind of be the family relationship here. And just little details, like originally they had a double sink bathroom, and folks said that doesn't make sense. We want more counter space. And Jayco said, okay. Instead of ignoring you or arguing with you, if you've been paying attention the last couple years, what North Point and Pinnacle have been doing is literally just giving people what they want. No arguments, just what do you want? What features do you like in every other luxury fifth wheel? Fine, we're gonna do that in North Point and Pinnacle. But I am kind of excited for the first time in a very long time for Seismic. If you follow my videos, you know I'm not a big toy hauler guy. It's not my style of camping. They, for some reason, don't excite me like the more conventional towables do. But Seismic somehow feels like it's all coming together. This is one of their smaller models right here. But I love that kitchen dining bar. That U-shaped wraparound kitchen is a painfully underrated, really awesome smart feature because it keeps everything in a very social environment. You gain some dining function without adding a lot of extra space into the RV, but it has tons and tons of storage and prep space all wrapped up into one very handy little spot right there. Big closet slide on this one, and that will be something that we're going to talk about when we move up from here to like the 395 and the 399 Seismics. I think you're really going to like what you see on those. But this one back here, pretty straightforward traditional arrangement. I do like that they're all those 3 seasons doors, and by the way, I have it on very good authority. Jayco will be finally reintroducing a true toy hauler travel trailer under the Seismic family name, because they've been doing good fifth wheels for a while, but they just didn't have much in the way of travel trailer toy haulers, and I'm really glad to see that coming back. Now, again, you've got several different paint package options available on these, not to mention the base look that we just saw. And moving from their smallest over here, this is the 399. The 399 and the 395 are essentially the same floor plan, but with the living room and the kitchen flip-flopped. So this one kind of has a rear kitchen and a middle living room, sort of like that Pinnacle 38 FBRK, the rear kitchen Pinnacle, but then they just add a beautiful 3 Seasons luxury flex room garage off the back of it. The 395 puts the entertainment on the back against the garage, and then the kitchen in the front towards the bathroom. Either way, they're about the same size, same weight, same cost. Cool thing that they're doing here, though, is this collapsing half bath wall. So if you need that extra wheel space for like your 4-seat side by side, you can do that. I'm also really glad to see the industry finally making the lofts enclosed in the garage. For some reason, I never liked them in the living area. I don't know why. Like, especially when you start getting these higher class fifth wheel toy haulers, I don't like having a bunk in the kitchen. I just never liked that. It never made as much sense to me. But what's really exciting about the new 399 and 395 is the completely revised upper deck new bathroom and, more excitingly, new bedroom. They finally have the factory facilities to build these with an actual bed slide, not just a closet. So thanks again for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the quick look here. Once again, I need to hear from you. Let me know which of these things you'd like to see more in depth, and I'll do my best to make it happen. And if you appreciate how we get down here, show you all the different things that we possibly can, and give you a chance to help guide the channel, because you drive it, I just fulfill it. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.